5.5 years ago, millions of Americans converged here, inspired to be part of our democracy, thanks to the words and community created by our president, who reminded us that we are the ones we've been waiting for. Just 2 years later, though, many of us forgot what that movement was all about. They lost faith in our leaders, or they've just lost their hunger to keep working to make change happen. Well, the struggle has just begun, and the people who want to fight change, we're still fighting. And we let them take control of the People's House and state capitals nationwide. In 2012, some of that enthusiasm was rekindled. But a Democratic president needs a Democratic Congress and leaders nationwide to be at his side to really change America and to protect our progress. In the last few years, we've seen unprecedented obstruction at the expense of the middle class and working families due to extremist forces still in power to this day. From the states, that has meant making voting harder and rigging the system so the majority of the people aren't represented, while taking away women's health care choices. In Washington, that means cutting funding to critical programs and local governments, which cost our economy over 500,000 jobs, while trying to slow down Wall Street reforms that are preventing another Great Recession. Attempting to cut Social Security and Medicare, even though the deficit is being reduced faster than at any time since World War II. And their reckless policies at home and abroad wasted most of the money that is part of our debt over the recent years. Blocking investments in the jobs of the future, including renewable energy solutions that have developed companies like Tesla Motors, blocking student loan reform and making it harder for young Americans to create businesses and compete for the jobs of the future, blocking a living wage for people who have jobs but still live in poverty while companies make record profits, blocking immigration reform that would help our economy. I mean, look at Silicon Valley and all the talent that comes in there every year. And it would also cut our deficit. And even blocking presidential appointments of routine nominees, like the Surgeon General, and closing the government at the cost of $22 billion in taxpayer dollars because they don't like a law that's already on the books that is now helping over 10 million people get affordable health care and is ensuring that all of us get legally protected and better coverage. Think it can't get worse? Well, now they're suing the president for not implementing the law fast enough. So I want you to do two things. It's time for you to get up and go to the voting booth and say, I'm hopeful as hell and I'm not going to take GOP BS anymore. And then, number two, it's time for you to say, I'm hopeful as hell and I'm not going to wait to make change happen anymore in my communities. So on September 12th through the 18th, my grassroots group, Network for Progress, is hosting a Progress Week in DC to bring our movement together and learn from each other and collaborate together and discuss how we can become stronger. And we need you to be a part of it, in person or online or in your own communities, creating your own events this fall. Please participate or support these kinds of programs like ours, because yes, you can make a difference.